Hey guys, Jessica Sadowski with Keller Williams. Today I want to jump into appraisal gaps. I've been seeing multiple offers coming out again, and I've been seeing appraisal gaps and appraisal waivers being included in offers. So I want buyers to understand when they're including these appraisal gaps or appraisal waivers, what it actually means. So to understand what an appraisal gap is, first let's understand what an appraisal is. So the lender needs to justify the value of the home you're buying. So they will send an appraiser out to run comps of what other homes sold in the area to come up with a fair market value. So what is an appraisal gap? Is the difference between that fair market value determined by the appraiser and the amount that you agreed to pay for the home. So in this example I have on the screen, the purchase price $425,000, appraised value $415,000, a difference in $10,000. So the appraised value came in low. Now what? So an appraised value coming in low used to be and could be a deal breaker if buyer and seller couldn't come to an agreement. Now people tend to use appraisal gaps and waivers as a way to strengthen their offer, because when you use an appraisal gap or an appraisal waiver, what it means is that the seller is guaranteed to get their purchase price no matter what that appraised value is. What that means for you as a buyer is that if you have a gap here, say in this example, say you had an appraisal gap, I will pay $15,000 from the appraised value to the purchase price. Okay, so you have $15,000 to $10,000. So this means that you're now going to come to closing with your down payment, your closing cost, and an additional $10,000 to make this deal happen so that your seller is getting their purchase price. Like I said, people will use appraisal waivers to stand out. Solutions for short appraisal is you can try and run, especially your realtor, try and run some comps and ask the appraiser to take in some other comps for consideration. We've had this work in the past one time to bring the value up. You can switch loan officers and have another appraisal done if you're a conventional loan, which is something that I've seen in the market as well. We had a house appraised low, and then it didn't work out with that buyer. Another buyer came in, paid the same amount, and their appraisal came in fine. The buyer can pay the additional money, or the seller and buyer can split the cost to get to that purchase price. I guess you want to jump into if paying an appraisal gap is a good idea. That really depends on the person. I think that if you find your dream home and you're going to be there for a long time, you want to be there for a long time, and paying $10,000 out of pocket for to be there for your entire life, sure. If you're going to be someone who's going to be living in a house short term, 5 years or so, and you have to pay more than the appraised value, I don't know if I would recommend someone to do that. But if you are someone that's just looking to get into your forever home right off the bat, and you're trying to make your offer more competitive, an appraisal gap can do so. If you have any questions about appraisals, appraisal gaps, or what we're experiencing in the market right now, feel free to reach out.